Hello and welcome. Today, we are going to take a journey inside the human body to talk about two of the most hardworking yet underappreciated organs you possess, the kidneys. Consider this for a moment. The human kidney is a marvel of biological engineering. Every single day, these two bean-shaped organs, each roughly the size of a fist, perform a Herculean task. They filter approximately 180 liters of blood. That is an immense volume. They act as your body's primary purification plant, meticulously sifting through your plasma to remove metabolic waste, environmental toxins, and excess minerals. Simultaneously, they balance your electrolytes and regulate your blood pressure. They never stop, and they never sleep. However, the efficiency of this system is not infinite. Nephrologists and health experts often refer to kidney disease as a silent condition, and that word, silent, is the most dangerous part. Unlike the heart, which might give you chest pain, or the lungs, which make you cough, the kidneys often suffer in quiet isolation. In fact, you can lose up to 60 or even 70% of your kidney function before you experience a single noticeable symptom. This silent degradation is particularly prevalent in adults over the age of 50. It is the cumulative result of decades of diet, exposure to environmental toxins, and oxidative stress. But here is the good news. Emerging nutritional science suggests that we do not need to wait for symptoms to appear. We can be proactive. Today, we are analyzing 6 powerful, scientifically validated spices that can support your renal function. These aren't just flavor enhancers for your dinner. These are bioactive agents capable of improving filtration, reducing inflammation, and even removing heavy metals from your system. We are going to rank these spices from number 6 to number 1, exploring the biological mechanisms that make them essential allies in your fight for kidney longevity. Rank number 6, Dandelion. Let's begin our countdown at number 6 with a plant often dismissed as a common garden weed, dandelion, specifically the root. In the context of renal health, the dandelion is a powerhouse. Its primary function is that of a natural diuretic. Now, why is this important? In conventional medicine, doctors often prescribe pharmaceutical diuretics to help the body eliminate excess fluid, also known as edema, and to lower blood pressure. However, these synthetic drugs come with a significant drawback. They often flush out potassium. Potassium is a vital electrolyte essential for your heart's electrical rhythm. Losing too much of it can be dangerous. This is where dandelion root distinguishes itself. It acts as a unique diuretic that increases urine production without depleting the body's potassium stores. In herbal medicine, we call this a potassium-sparing agent. The efficacy of dandelion stems from a rich profile of bioactive compounds. Specifically, it contains sesquiterpene lactones and taraxasterol. These compounds stimulate the kidneys to increase filtration rates. Furthermore, dandelion has a dual action effect. It also stimulates the liver to produce bile. This is crucial because it links the detoxification pathways of the liver and the kidneys, ensuring that toxins processed by the liver are effectively flushed out by the kidneys. So how should you use it? The most effective method is a root tea. Simply steep 1 tablespoon of dried dandelion root in hot water to see a noticeable change in fluid retention and filtration efficiency. Consistency is key. We recommend consuming this tea 2 to 3 times daily for a cycle of 4 to 6 weeks. Rank number 5, cilantro. Moving on to number 5, we have a herb that is famous for its fresh, bright flavor, cilantro, also known as coriander leaf. We are placing cilantro at number 5 for a very specific reason, its ability to handle heavy metals. As we navigate the modern world, our bodies are inevitably exposed to toxins, mercury from dental fillings or fish, lead from old pipes or paint, and aluminum from cookware and deodorants. The kidneys are the primary filters for these metals, and consequently, they are often the first organs to suffer from toxicity. Cilantro occupies this spot because of its unique ability to perform chelation. Now, chelation is a chemical process where a substance binds to toxic metal ions. Picture a claw grabbing onto a piece of debris. Cilantro binds to these metals, neutralizing them and allowing the body to excrete them safely through urine. Research indicates that cilantro contains specific aldehydes, such as dodecanol, which facilitate this binding process. It has been shown to significantly reduce the accumulation of lead and mercury in kidney tissues, actually outperforming many other natural chelators. However, there is a catch. The key to cilantro's efficacy is volume. A tiny garnish on top of your taco isn't enough. To work as a therapeutic agent, cilantro must be eaten as a vegetable. You need large handfuls in salads or blended into smoothies. A potent method is to make a detox drink. Blend a large bunch of fresh cilantro with water and lemon juice. The citric acid in the lemon helps the solvent properties of the water, enhancing the flush. Because chelation is a demanding process for the body, we recommend cycling this regimen. Use it intensively for 2 to 3 weeks, and then take a break. Rank number 4. Parsley. Next up at number 4, we have the cousin of cilantro, parsley. While cilantro is the detoxifier, parsley is the stone preventer. Kidney stones are one of the most painful conditions afflicting the renal system, with calcium oxalate stones being the most common variety. Parsley acts as a formidable preventative agent against this agony. Biologically, parsley functions as an aquaretic. This is slightly different from a diuretic. An aquaretic increases urine volume and flow rate while also changing the urinary chemistry to make it less hospitable for stone formation. By dilating the renal blood vessels, it ensures a robust flushing mechanism. Think of it as increasing the water pressure in a hose to clear out sediment before it can settle and crystallize into stones. The pharmacological benefits come from volatile oils like myristicin and apiol, which improve blood flow to the kidneys. It is also rich in flavonoids like apigenin and luteolin, alongside high levels of vitamin C, which provide antioxidant protection to the renal cells. For usage, parsley tea is a traditional remedy for kidney cleansing. Pour boiling water over fresh or dried parsley and let it steep to extract the flavonoids. You can also integrate fresh parsley into salads and smoothies. Again, treat it as a main ingredient, not a decoration. For those in Europe or with access to specialty markets, parsley root is also excellent when cooked as a vegetable. Daily consumption is safe and effective for maintenance. Rank number 3, garlic. We are now entering the top 3. At number 3 is a kitchen staple found in almost every home, garlic. To understand why garlic is so vital for your kidneys, you first must understand the relationship between blood pressure and renal health. Your kidneys are comprised of millions of tiny blood vessels and filtering units called nephrons. High blood pressure, or hypertension, acts like a battering ram against these delicate vessels. And over time, it causes them to harden, a process called nephrosclerosis. When these vessels harden, they lose their ability to filter blood. Garlic enters this equation as a potent antihypertensive agent. It helps relax blood vessels, improving blood flow and reducing the physical stress on the kidneys. The magic of garlic lies in a compound called allicin. This sulfur-containing compound is what gives garlic its pungent aroma. Allicin helps increase levels of glutathione in the kidneys. Glutathione is often called the master antioxidant because it is crucial for protecting cells from oxidative damage. But here is the golden rule of garlic that most people miss: activation. Allicin is not present in a whole clove of garlic. It is only created when the clove is crushed or chopped, mixing 2 enzymes together. Once you chop your garlic, you must let it sit exposed to the air for 10 to 15 minutes before you cook it or eat it. If you throw it immediately into a hot pan, you destroy the enzyme before the medicine is created. Raw garlic is the most potent form, but lightly cooked is also beneficial. We recommend 2 to 3 cloves daily. If you cannot tolerate the smell, aged garlic extract supplements are a scientifically supported alternative. Rank number 2, ginger. At number 2, we have the warming spice, ginger. As we climb the ranks, we are moving away from simple mechanical support, like flushing fluid, toward deep cellular repair. Chronic kidney disease is fundamentally an inflammatory condition. When the kidneys are injured, the body responds with inflammation. If this becomes chronic, it begins to destroy healthy tissue. Ginger is revered for its potent anti-inflammatory properties. It specifically targets the biological pathways that lead to renal swelling and cell death. Studies have amazingly shown that ginger can act similarly to non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, like ibuprofen, but without the renal toxicity that comes with long-term drug use. The efficacy of ginger is driven by compounds called gingerols and shogaols. These compounds inhibit a protein complex known as NF-kappa B. This protein is the primary switch that turns on inflammation in your body. By blocking this pathway, ginger effectively interrupts the cycle of kidney damage. Research indicates that regular ginger consumption can lower key indicators of kidney distress, including creatinine and blood urea nitrogen (BUN) levels. When it comes to using ginger, remember, fresh is best. While dried ginger powder is convenient, fresh ginger root contains much higher concentrations of active gingerols. Simmering sliced ginger root in water creates a powerful tonic tea. You can also add fresh ginger juice to water or food. For those preferring supplements, standardized extracts can be used, typically for a cycle of 6 to 8 weeks, to observe changes in inflammation markers. Rank number 1, turmeric. And finally, we arrive at number 1, the ultimate renal protector, the golden spice of India, turmeric. Why does turmeric take the top spot? Because it has the comprehensive ability to tackle the 3 pillars of kidney failure: inflammation, oxidation, and most importantly, fibrosis. We have talked about inflammation and oxidation, but fibrosis is the end game of kidney disease. Fibrosis is the formation of scar tissue. Once kidney tissue turns into scar tissue, it loses function permanently. It cannot filter blood. Turmeric is one of the very few natural substances shown to have anti-fibrotic properties, meaning it helps stop or slow the conversion of healthy tissue into dead scar tissue. The star compound here is curcumin. Scientific studies suggest that curcumin can reduce kidney damage markers by up to 65% and reduce proteinuria, which is the leaking of protein into urine, by 50%. It works by inhibiting multiple inflammatory enzymes and cytokines, providing a blanket of protection over the renal system. However, there is a critical challenge you must be aware of: bioavailability. Curcumin is very poorly absorbed into the bloodstream. If you just eat plain turmeric powder, and most of it will pass right through you. To unlock its potential, you must follow the bioavailability key. First, you must combine turmeric with black pepper. Pepper contains piperine, which enhances the absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. Second, curcumin is fat-soluble. It should be consumed with a healthy fat like coconut oil, olive oil, or ghee. The best way to take this is via golden milk. This is a warm beverage made with turmeric paste, almond or coconut milk, black pepper, and a dash of oil. This is the ideal delivery system for your kidneys. Key insights and timeline. Now that we have covered the 6 spices, let's talk about expectations. Natural remedies are not quick fixes like pharmaceutical painkillers. They work with your body's biology, and that takes time. In the short term, about 1 to 2 weeks, you will likely notice increased urine flow from the dandelion and parsley. In the medium term, 3 to 4 weeks, you may see a reduction in fluid retention and the benefits of heavy metal detox from the cilantro. But for the deep repair, the reduction in systemic inflammation and protection against fibrosis from ginger and turmeric, you need to look at the long term. We are talking about 6 to 8 weeks of consistent use. Furthermore, these spices cannot work in isolation if the kidneys are being bombarded by a poor lifestyle. You must support this protocol with hydration. Water is the vehicle that allows these spices to flush toxins. You must also reduce processed foods, excessive salt, and sugar to give your kidneys a fighting chance. Safety guidelines. Before we conclude, a necessary medical disclaimer. While these spices are natural does not always mean safe for everyone, particularly for those with pre-existing conditions. First, a potassium warning. Dandelion is a source of potassium. If you have advanced chronic kidney disease, specifically stage 4 or 5, your potassium clearance is likely impaired. Adding more potassium can lead to hyperkalemia, which is a cardiac emergency. If you are in the late stages of kidney failure, you must consult a nephrologist before using potassium-rich herbs. Second, regarding blood thinning, garlic, ginger, and turmeric all possess mild blood-thinning properties. If you are taking anticoagulant medications like warfarin or aspirin, or if you are preparing for surgery, high doses of these spices could increase your bleeding risk. Third, are kidney stones. While parsley helps prevent stones, turmeric is high in oxalates. If you have a history of oxalate kidney stones, you should moderate your turmeric intake or take it with calcium to bind the oxalates in the gut. Conclusion. The journey to preserving kidney health, especially as we age, is one of proactive maintenance. Your kidneys work tirelessly in the background, keeping your blood clean and your body balanced. Often their plea for help goes unheard until the damage is severe. By integrating these 6 scientifically validated spices into your daily regimen, you provide your kidneys with a robust toolkit for survival and repair. From the gentle diuretic touch of dandelion and parsley to the detoxifying power of cilantro, the protective nature of garlic, and the potent anti-inflammatory shields of ginger and turmeric, nature offers a sophisticated pharmacy for renal health. Start small. Brew a morning ginger tea. Sprinkle fresh cilantro on your lunch. End your day with a soothing cup of golden turmeric milk. These small, consistent habits can build a fortress of protection around your body's most vital filters. Thank you for listening, and here's to your health.